In 1989, New York was already afraid of itself. Then one case turned fear into certainty before the evidence could catch up. A woman jogging through Central Park was found barely alive after a violent assault. The city wanted answers immediately. Within hours, police were questioning teenagers from Harlem. Their names were Antron McCrae, Kevin Richardson, Yusuf Salam, Raymond Santana, and Corey Wise. They were 14, 15, and 16 years old. What followed became one of the most famous wrongful conviction cases in American legal history. The prosecution's case leaned heavily on videotaped and written statements, but the statements did not cleanly match each other. They changed in important details, and the biological evidence from the rape did not match any of the 5 boys. Still, in 1990, 2 juries convicted them. At the time, the story fit a public mood. The city was anxious about crime. Newspapers and television turned the case into a symbol. The boys were not treated as children caught in a system. They were treated as proof of what the public already feared. Years passed. The 5 served prison terms. Most served roughly 6 or 7 years. Corey Wise, tried as an adult, served the longest. Then, in 2002, the case changed. Matthias Reyes, a man already imprisoned for other violent crimes, confessed that he had attacked the Central Park jogger. He said he acted alone. DNA testing matched Reyes to the biological evidence. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office reinvestigated. The new review found that the old confessions were inconsistent, inaccurate, and unreliable. It also concluded that the evidence against the 5 could not stand apart from the collapse of the rape case. On December 19, 2002, a New York judge vacated the convictions. The Central Park 5 became the Exonerated Five. But vacating a conviction does not give back childhood. It does not erase years in prison. It does not undo the headlines, the fear, or the public certainty that formed before the facts were complete. The case is often remembered as a DNA exoneration. That is true, but it is not the whole lesson. It is also a story about interrogation pressure on young suspects. A confession can sound powerful in court, even when it conflicts with the evidence. It is about race, media pressure, and a legal system that can become more confident as its proof becomes weaker. There were later disputes over parts of the investigation. A police-commissioned report did not accept every conclusion of the district attorney's reinvestigation, but the legal result remained. The convictions were thrown out, and the men were no longer guilty in the eyes of the court. In 2014, New York City agreed to a settlement reported at about $40 million. Money can acknowledge damage, it cannot restore the years. Today, the case still asks a hard question. When the public demands a fast answer, who is protected from becoming that answer? The Exonerated Five case is not just a story about one night in Central Park. It is a warning about what happens when fear, pressure, and a need for certainty enter the room before truth does.